It's my delight and pleasure now to present the 2025 William Stevens Powell Award to a UNC student who has shown exceptional interest in and talents with North Carolina and or UNC history, Anna Marie Switzer. Anna Marie, if you'd come up here for just a moment while I read some things about you. We are very happy to celebrate and award Anna Marie not once but twice. But here. This award was established in 2002 by the North Caroliniana Society in honor of the Society's first president and one of its founders, William S. Powell. The award recognizes a student who, during the student's career at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, has done the most to develop an interest in and understanding of history and traditions of the nation's oldest state university, or who has done the most to develop interest in and understanding of history of the state of North Carolina. English and History honors major Anna Marie Switzer, class of 25, is a fine storyteller and a terrific scholar, and served as the Archives and Communications intern at the Corsound Waterfowl Museum and Heritage Center at Harkers Island beginning in May 2024. And it was there that I was delighted to meet her a little later in that summer. There she produced new oral histories and emphasized community engagement. She's also done magazine editorial work and writing for Walter magazine in Raleigh, Cellar Door, our student undergraduate magazine at UNC Chapel Hill, and UNC's Journal of History, and in Earth, Marine, and Environmental Studies, English 473 in fall 24, class I co-taught. She created short fiction based on her coastal interviews. Her long short story, Nobody Cried When He Died, weaves strands of social history from Diamond City's stormy 1890s, the coming of World War II, and the lead character's wartime work at Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point. It's a story that is so wonderfully written, mostly in dialogue, that with very little transformational work, it could be a lovely one-act play, and a better one-act play than many of the early one-acts I've read written by one of my literary heroes, Tennessee Williams. I hope she'll do that. I hope she'll get that idea someday. Anna Marie is from Charlotte, North Carolina, and after graduation, she will be working for Epic Systems in Wisconsin, and she hopes to eventually attend. Shakespeare never split an infinitive, so why should I? She hopes to attend eventually graduate school. Anna Marie, you want to say a word or two? Congratulations.
Hi, thank you guys all for having me, and thank you, Professor Simpson, for a great last semester and just also for all of your support. Like Professor Simpson had said, I had the opportunity to work with Corsound Museum this summer, and even though I've lived in North Carolina all my life, I learned the most I've ever known about North Carolina just this summer. I had the opportunity to work under Karen Emspacher, who she's not here today, but she was an incredible leader and mentor. And then also other historians like David Siselsky and Carmine Prioli. I also had an awesome team of interns. And we got the chance to work on collecting a timeline of the events down east. We also got to go commercial shrimping. One day we caught 16,000 pounds of shrimp, which was pretty crazy. We also did a lot of producing our own oral histories, and I read quite a few from the Southern Oral History Archives. And that's when I met Professor Simpson, and we got to learn a little bit about the science of North Carolina, which is something that I definitely needed as an English and history major. And I also had the opportunity to turn some of these oral histories that I had in my mind into this story. I am moving to Wisconsin, but I hope that I can come back to North Carolina, because what I'd really like to do is continue to turn these historical stories into works of art and literature. So thank you again for having me here, and thank you so much for this award.